this is the last part. I'm going to share some thoughts, final thoughts with you, and talk about some of the things that we spoke in the last lesson. These recordings are very helpful because it helps me to think about some of the content that I have been sharing with my students, and also it's actually helping me already in thinking about what direction I should take for the next lesson that I have to review the text. The next lesson is going to be about attention. And what I have been struggling with when after reviewing my notes, I have actually the whole presentation done. And when I reviewed my notes, I just felt that I still couldn't articulate my ideas the best way I could. Especially because there's something in my notes that I actually didn't mention. I didn't clarify actually, which is related to what we spoke about systems theory, dynamical systems, and emergence, is that when you think about action, it is coupled with perception. Okay, perception. Okay, so action and perception, they go together. Action and perception. And this, I was talking about it in the last lesson. The fact that, first of all, in terms of skill acquisition, differences between cognitivist approaches when we use mental representations, is that we have to look at the informations out there, and we have to make a representation in our mind, and this representation may not be the full picture of what is outside us. No, but there's a different view, is that there is direct perception in terms of skill, in terms of movement. All the information is out there, and our visual system can deal with this information without having to do the mental computation, the complex mental computations that cognitivists claim we have to. And in direction perception, action is influenced by perception, and perception also is influenced by action. Because if I move my head, it will change my field of vision, and by doing so, it is affecting my perception. I'm able to perceive different features, different things, different elements in the niche that I'm embedded in. Okay, embedded. Something that we discussed is that the organism, as organisms, human beings, we live in the world, and we are not separated from the world. So we are embedded within our niche. The niche is the place that we are adapted to living, and it's also adapted to us. And this relationship between us, and put some hair here, okay, us and our environment, our niche, okay, we have a relationship that where we change the environment, and the environment also affects and changes us. Okay? The agent arena, this agent arena relationship, the organism environment relationship, and these two, they evolve together over time. And there's the idea of affordance. That's where the idea of affordance appears, because an enaction. When I look to the environment, as I'm looking to this microphone right now, the microphone gives me opportunities to act. So it affords me to hold it. Okay, for instance, let me just get the microphone here if I can. Okay, I don't know if you can see, I'm holding the microphone right now. So the microphone has, the relationship between me and this microphone is I'm able to hold it with my hand. And my hand has evolved in a specific way that I can interact with my surrounding. I can hold things because my thumb is opposite to the other fingers. And this is one opportunity to act. This is an invitation for action. This is what the microphone affords me. And there are more things as well that I can do. I can talk to the microphone. So it's another invitation. So this action, perception, affordance, agent arena relationship. I spoke a little bit at a certain length about it. And another thing that the microphone allows me to do is to record an audio, or to record a video with an audio, which extends my capacity of cognition. In this case, extends my capacity of communication, because I can record a video and then I can share it and I can talk to more people. If I would be here instead, just, I don't know, just talking, I would be talking just to myself if I couldn't record it the way, if I didn't have internet. Okay, so I am, and when I communicate as well, my thoughts, they don't stay only in my body. I'm sharing my thoughts with you, with using my whole, my thoughts doesn't stay only in my head. So my head, actually, I said my body, in my head, but I'm sharing, I'm using language. And the way I'm using language as well, I'm using a certain melody, a certain type of speech, different intonations. I have an accent, and I also use my hands to communicate. So basically what I'm saying is that we're talking about that the cognition is not just inside my head, but it's embodied, it's embedded, because I'm in my surrounded. It is enacted. Okay, this microphone affords me to do certain things with it. There's a connection. The connection between myself and the microphone is that I can hold it, that I can talk through it. And it's also extended because I can record my ideas in a software, in the computer. When going back, let's go back to skill acquisition. So we have the idea of direct perception, and we have the idea of designing a training in a way that because there's no, in this other view, there are no mental representation models are not the best models, but direct perception and training it has to be representative of competition. Okay, so we explore it, and we explore other things as well as other terminology. I'm not gonna go through this now. I'm just want to finish it by saying that where this attention comes in, and what I am still missing in my notes for my next lesson is that action and perception coupling, as action affects my perception, it also has the capacity to direct my focus of attention. Okay, because if I look towards this, I have some equipment right now in front of me on the camera. So right now my focus of attention is the camera. But what directed my focus of attention from looking at the monitor to look towards the camera is the action of moving my head. See, and it's something that my notes were missing, and I still have to work on it. Something that I want to explore as well is flow states, attention, flow states, and finally the last one I have already prepared, and I'm happy with my notes, is in regards to goal setting. And I will present this in a few weeks' time. I'm also taking a little break because I have been presenting, reading, and writing for some time now. So I'll take a little break, review my notes, research a little bit more, articulate my ideas, and then I will present. I may publish or not publish this when I finish. I will decide. But the intention, my objective when recording these videos is actually to help me to think. And it's actually quite helpful. I hope you have enjoyed it, and cheers.